So we're gonna see how much boost it takes to scout a gas car, a stock bottom end, small little
Well,
Chevy.
now you told me you're just gonna leave it on gate.
I might scatter it on gate.
So this is something that nobody does, probably for good reason. But
Did you ever think you were gonna have turbos on your Nova?
He got baptized by a streetcar.
You're the shiznit, Daddy.
Okay, let's take her. He's irritated. Good job, Daddy.
Oh boy. I remember this smell. Having some flashbacks in here. It's been probably 4 years since I sat in this car. Maybe more. Feels awesome. Can't wait to get it running again.
Well, you could probably get the stock pad. Order the stock pad because it just slides on there and then a clip just goes through it. It was just a cotter pin.
What's going on out here? What I missed?
As you can see, Dad's car's in the shop for the first time in 3-4 years.
Whose idea was this?
It was mine. I was bored and I was like, hey, why don't we just put an engine in the Nova? Like, got nothing else to do. The truck's down, engine's, you know, getting fixed on it. Engine's out of the Nova, getting fixed. So why not find something else to do, you know?
In the words of Billy, he said, "I'm bored. Let's put an engine in something."
So you're putting your old turbo kit off, your blow-through turbo kit off the truck on this.
Yeah.
That should be really cool.
With the engine out of the 55 that was in Kenny's Camaro for a while.
Mm-hmm.
It's a stock bottom end 355.
Here come all the LS people.
So we're gonna see how much boost it takes to scout a gas car, a stock bottom end, small little
Well,
Chevy.
now you told me you're just gonna leave it on gate.
I might scatter it on gate. We're not sure. Gate's a relative term. You know, there's a lot of different springs that you can use.
It could be 7,
Could be
15,
10.
20.
38. Never know.
Never know. It's on gate. So if somebody wants to race you, just say, I'm on gate. Well, Didn't say the gate spring was 40 pounds.
Detail. We'll figure it out when we come to it.
Yeah, I mean,
Get it running and shit first.
yeah.
We can get the gas tank cut, and you can get that welded in. I can work on getting all this old plumbing out and plumbing the rest of it from here to there. That way that's ready to go. The only thing that is that we got to figure out is a fuel pump.
What's that?
This is the fuel pump that came off my truck. We wrote down how fast it went. On this fuel pump, it went 527 and 134 in 2018. Old S10's been doing, low fives for a long time.
We just went in and took this out of the sump pump in the house.
Like maybe a 10 out, 12 in, 12 in, and 10 out.
Yeah, we just took this out of the sump pump in the house. So we're trying to decide what we're gonna do for a fuel pump.
That's the shit they use in airplanes. Welding. The car really needs some sheet metal. It needs quarters, needs some doors, for sure.
That quarter panel doesn't look too bad.
This one's not bad. Over here, it's got a hole right here. This side is the bad side. It's got bubbles all up here on this lip. And then the door is kind of bubbling right here. It's bubbling down here really bad. It's not too bad to where it's not fixable. This car has a lot of sentimental value. I want to keep it around and keep it in good shape. If it sits out there behind the barn any longer on gravel, it's just going to rot away. So at least we can get it running, driving, maybe have a little fun with it. And Dad's kind of sourced out a few body shops. And who knows, we may end up putting quarters and stuff on it ourselves. But, the main thing is just to get it moving and have fun with it, make some content. If this thing sat for way too long, we can do the body work as we go, get it running, put some turbos on it, and just send it to
We
Sky
could
Gas
bracket
Car.
race it with turbos.
Yeah, he could bracket race it. Dad
He's been
loves
talking
bracket
about this
race.
forever. He wants to turbo a bracket car.
Yeah, I mean, this is the car to do it with.
Street rod. Never have we ever been in this section. Street rod section.
That one up there is the same one we have on the truck.
This one?
I think we need some chrome and dress up. I think we need some of this.
It would definitely fit the vibe of a bracket, the bracket racer stuff.
This kind of stuff right here. I think that's what we're looking for.
Yeah, I agree. I think we should probably have like a footprint gas pedal too in it.
Yep. Skull shifter.
Yeah.
Chain link steering wheel.
Yeah, the through firewall deal. Yeah. The truck's already there.
Don't use that.
Use this one.
Yeah, that one, see, it unscrews the screws together. Perfect. That one, that doesn't unscrew and it just breaks.
So, I need a gas tank with straps and a sump. He wants to put a stock tank back in it with a sump for his Nova.
Let's see. Gas tank with a sump.
Well, I can weld it on. But
Well, that's fine. Let's see what we got.
hey, which flex plate do I need for this engine? Okay, I'll get a new one.
Jeez.
Man, I'm just so glad my dad pays for all my stuff. I'm glad that I have his card, and
This says,
I couldn't do it without him.
this says
It says Junior.
Junior.
Daddy's money.
It says Junior.
Goddamn daddy's money.
Junior when I get your ass home.
I seen a couple comments on the Nova video. They were like, It's okay, Dad. I'll pay for it. You know.
They don't know your family that too well.
No. I'm very thankful that my dad helped me get going in the beginning.
Yes, sir.
I feel like I've tried to repay that, you know, over the years.
And I think yeah. With when I print out the end of the year tax sheets, your dad's, they look like copies of War and Peace. I mean, no kidding. I mean, it's like that.
How long do you think that's gonna last?
This engine?
Yeah.
It depends. Depends how greedy we get with it, you know. I think it'll last at 10 pounds of boost. 15.
Okay, so what do you think it's capable of running? I mean, you think it'll go 6.0?
I don't know. In Kenny's car on nitrous with a 125 shot, it went a 10.7, I believe, at 124. I know it went 124. So that's not bad, you know, for a 125 shot in a heavy ass Camaro. So I think on 10 or 15 pounds of boost, it ought to run 620s, 6.0s, somewhere in there. Probably just about as fast as the Malibu is.
You guys even gap the rings or anything?
I mean, they aren't gapped at all. So. But it put up with nitrous. Why would it put up with boost?
Did it? Did it put up with the nitrous?
Yeah, it did.
Tried to melt Kenny's Camaro 5 times.
That's
okay.
That's because he had other issues.
So you just fixed his drone for him, and now he's about to crash it again.
Yeah, well, this is like the 7th, 8th? I don't know. One of them went his side, a shovel came out of nowhere.
It works.
Shovel. That was at the mill.
I wish you'd quit painting the top of it red.
Well, that way you can find it in the trees.
Yeah, or the football net.
What's it say on top of it?
Johnny 5.
You freaking idiot.
No,
Look at that.
disassembled Johnny 5. Short circuit, if you're wondering.
Nobody's gonna fucking get that. They'll have to Google it.
Well, let them Google it. That's what it's there for.
So I was taking some drone footage in Canton.
Is this already on your channel?
No,
No.
I didn't show it.
Okay. You didn't?
No. I thought I was going to get away with not showing it, but now it's going to be on your channel. This is an exclusive behind the scenes of Old Man's Garage filming. So I'm taking my transmissions up to Dion, Jimmy Dale's Power Glide, and my 700R4.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought, man, I've always wanted to film the Football Hall of Fame with a drone, and I'd never have time. Well, this time I had time.
Mm-hmm.
So I get the drone out, and I'm flying around. I'm getting all this really killer footage. And I'm flying right above the field, right up the middle. I fly through one goalpost, and I go to fly through the other one, and I didn't realize there was a net. So
3 points.
Johnny 5 here ended up in the net, clear at the top, right dead center of the goalpost. And I had to go find a security guy to let me back in there and shake the net, and I was trying to catch it as it fell, but I missed, and it broke one of its arms off, so Buckwheat here fixed it.
Went back in the graveyard.
Well, there's a few of them that I've crashed.
A couple of them I can't bring back.
First field goal he's ever made. Probably the last.
He was better at band than any of us, though.
Freaking promise. This one time at band camp.
He could beat on a drum.
Yeah, he likes playing with sticks.
Krylon Kenny strikes again.
Krylon Kenny, paint and threads.
He just painted the
Clean
whole
those off.
crank. He painted the dog, too.
Paint the whole crank, Kenny.
So this is the engine out of Billy's old K20.
Mm-hmm.
It was a 78 3/4 ton 4-wheel drive pickup.
The truck he drove to high school.
The truck he drove to high school. So
Y'all are gonna get got by this.
the truck rusted away. There was like nothing left of it. We pulled the engine out of it, put a cam, set of heads on it, and we put it in this for a while. It was in the 55 for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And we pulled it out of that, put it in Kenny's Camaro for a while. And now Kenny's going to a 6-liter LS. And so now we're going to put it in my Nova with the original pair of, what are they, Borg Warner S366s turbos. So this is something that nobody does, probably for good reason. But this is a stock bottom end 357 small block Chevy. It's 40 over. Stock bottom end 357 small block Chevy. We're going to put turbos on it, put it in this thing, and see what it does. See how long it'll live, right?
I don't mean to spice up the conversation here, but I'm just wondering, how much power do you think the stock bottom end will hold?
Well, it depends on who's tuning it.
Well, what do you think? I mean, what do you think it's good for?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
Depends who's tuning it.
It depends on who's tuning it.
Well, if it's got a carburetor on it, you're tuning it, so.
I'm good with that. I don't know. I have no idea what it's capable of doing. It's stock 5.7 rod, stock cast 350 crank. It is a 4-bolt main block, but it's a stock block. It's got a fairly rowdy comp hydraulic roller. It's just what we had in stock at Jegs at the time. It was during COVID, and you could only get certain
So
things.
it's not even a turbo cam. It's just
No, it's not a turbo cam. Technically, every cam is a turbo cam, but was this ground for a turbo application? Absolutely not.
There's cams that definitely do not like turbos.
There
We
are
found that
cams,
out.
yeah. So, anywho, yeah.
Well, I was just wondering because, I know what a stock bottom end LS, I know how much power it'll hold, so I just wanted to compare a little bit.
It'll go way past that.
Probably not.
No.
But in stock configuration, these engines won't hold as much power as a stock LS. But once you put a crank and set of rods in them, they do really well.
Wow.
A 350 block will hold about 900.
Nah. Oh, a block.
They'll hold-
Just a block.
The block
Okay.
will hold quite
Yeah.
a bit.
We've done it. We've done 900 on a stock 400 block 2-bolt main before. They crack between every single hole in the upper deck area, but they don't crack in the mains.
So if this thing probably makes, 400 horsepower on motor,
Probably.
put it on 10 to 15 pounds of boost, you're going to be making about 600 and 700 horsepower.
Try 8.
No.
15 pounds of boost will double whatever it makes on
This thing will break in half if you put if it's going to make 800 horsepower.
Only one way to find out. I heard Lucor's got a new dyno.
On this episode of Engine Masters,
Hopefully they got plenty of oil dry over there at Lucor.
Lucor has a dyno?
They bought the dyno from CIA.
Oh, that's cool. Definitely got to go do that.
Went right underneath of it. Ready?
Yeah. Alright, come back some more. Come down just a little bit more, maybe.
Alright, ready?
Yeah. Alright. Let's do it.
See?
Yeah, this thing's easy, huh?
Well, when it's loose, when you leave them loose, they just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they kind of just do their thing.
Yeah, they just do their thing. It makes it easier. Then you just go in there with a little ratchet and just snug them up. It's going to be interesting to see how the turbos fit in this car. It really should
I got
fit.
the turbos in the bed of my truck.
Oh, you do? Let's put it up on the lift, pull the front wheels off of it, and then we'll pull the inner fenders out. hold it now.
Did you ever think you were gonna have turbos on your Nova?
No.
You think you'll like it more than nitrous? I mean, you've experienced both now, but
The turbos are always there. You never have to fill a bottle. And don't get me wrong, I love my nitrous cars, but
For a street car, I think turbo is where it's at.
or maybe both.
both of them.
Both of them. No.
Which picture for our poster giveaway that Caitlin took, which one was your favorite?
Number 2.
Number 2.
Okay.
It's weird seeing it in this thing.
Yeah.
In the S10, it was like the core support was right here. There's a lot more room in this one.
It sits a lot lower in this too.
But the control arms were back farther in the S10.
The engine's further forward in the S10.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this engine sits back further than my Nova does.
Fucking Pro Mod.
It always worked pretty good.
I'm just worried when the front end comes down, the control arms are going to come up and hit the turbos.
It's certainly a
We got plenty
possibility.
of room right now. We can raise them more.
I'm gonna have Jeff judge your wiring.
Is it all the way down? Yeah, pretty much.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
Something's holding the car up.
Hang on.
There we go.
What are you hitting?
So at static ride height, I had the car set up so that the control arms are all the way up. That way 90% of your travel is down, which is why it has such a tall tire on it. Because the taller the tire, the higher the car sits, and then you can just take the control arms and let them come up, and then all of your travel is down. After we do it.
Some of it, yeah.
So you're running full exhaust on this thing?
Okay, so I don't particularly care for fender exits. I don't like it. When we first built Billy's S10, the very first time we took it to the pad, that was the first time we ever went out of state racing, street racing. And his truck literally sounded like a nitrous truck until you did the burnout, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like you
Sounded
couldn't
really
tell.
good.
It had full exhaust that went down underneath the truck, and it had a pair of mufflers hanging on the back, and it actually still had the factory fuel tank on the driver's side inside the frame rail. And the exhaust went down, and they both went to the passenger side and turned and went back, and had a pair of 3.5 inch or 3 inch mufflers hanging underneath the bed with turn downs. And it sounded exactly like a
We
nitrous
still
car.
got the mufflers up there somewhere.
They might be.
They were really good sounding mufflers.
Oh yeah, the thing sounded so good.
Really raspy.
Yeah, but you would never guess in a million years, because you couldn't see through the grill. There was no turbo showing, nothing. It looked like a nitrous truck, and it sounded like a nitrous truck until they did the burnout. You could hear the turbos whistle on the
It
burnout.
almost sounded more like a Pro Charged car or something. It's just loud and raspy.
Yeah, but God, it ran good. So if I remember right, the first time we ever took the S10 with turbos to a front side was on a Saturday at Milan. They had a pour your own puddle race on the backside Friday night. We were on slicks, and then Saturday they had a prepped race front side, and we stuck a set of 275 radials on it, and the first hit it tried to flip over backwards. And we didn't have adjustable shocks. I don't think we had. I think it just had 90-10s on it or something.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing we could do was we took log chain, and I had made limiters, and we wrapped a chain around the control arms and pushed the front end of the truck down, and then tightened the limiters up so it had no downward travel whatsoever. It was on E85. It had these turbos. It was a 406 small block Chevy, 23 degree like it always was. It had a 750 CSU blow through carburetor on it, on E85, no intercooler, and it went 513 at 138 on the second pass. And you could drive that truck anywhere. He could drive it anywhere he wanted to go. It was bad. I loved it.
And so it was intercooled back then, right?
No,
What?
no, it had no intercooler on it. It was just a blow through carburetor on pump E85.
How it didn't blow up, I don't know.
Well, see, we didn't know what we were doing.
The carburetor cools the intake charge down quite a
Yeah.
bit. Carburetor will cool it down about 100 degrees.
Yeah, carburetor will take about 100 degrees out of your inlet air temperature. But where we got into trouble was when we started to go above 23 pounds of boost with these turbos. We'd started to see 300 degrees air inlet temperatures, and it would always nip a head gasket between 6, 3 and 5, and 4 and 6. It would nip a head gasket, and we didn't realize what we were doing. You know, we were dumb. We'd never had a turbo car. This is like the first attempt that the first time we ever went front side with a blow through carburetor and turbos. It went 513 at 138 using log chain to tie the front end down.
Alright, so we've been doing a little bit of work on the Mustang. We got fresh head gaskets on it, fresh intake gaskets. One of the head gaskets was leaking just a little bit on the deck side, forcing combustion pressure into the coolant system, so it was trying to get hot every time you get on it. So I think that was something that had happened the first day we got it. If you guys remember back when we got it and the wastegate was pinned shut and it was on pump gas, yeah, probably then. But now it seems fine. I'm gonna take Dad a ride in it because he hasn't been in it since it's been right. So we've been working on this thing and trying to get it as good as we can, and hopefully do a little racing with it here soon. We got a little cash days coming up for street cars and I want to put it in, so check it out.
Didn't get hot, didn't spit and sputter, nothing. Can't wait for my Nova to have turbos.
Me too. We can take it to the track, put fresh plugs in it, release it in a couple of holes, do some plug readings with it. You're short shipping it.
I know, I don't want it to light the tires. On the radials, it would light the tires.
Yeah.
I'm used to those. Oh my God, this is so much better. So much better. Like, it's actually fun to drive now.
Oh yeah.
Checking the tune.
Yeah.
See any issues?
Made 22, 21, 22. Air fuel was 11.7. Target was 11.8. Closed loop was at 3%. Air's pretty good.
Yeah, the air is really good today.
Highest we got to is 6,200.
That's where it starts to run.
We're about 72% duty cycle on the injectors. Fuel system. So that's about as high as I would go with it. Safely. Try not to go above 80% duty cycle usually.
Valves sound good where I adjust them.
Yeah.
Like, this is my stuff. Street car. Drive it around. Runs good. Drives decent. I'm used to sitting on a couch.
Yeah. I like these seats though. They're pretty
I do like these seats actually. I wish I'm about tired of that bench seat life in that Malibu because it's
bending.
bending. Like, the Malibu pulls so hard when it leaves, and even actually when you turn both kits on, it pulls almost like a turbo car. And the damn thing, it pulls so hard that the seat can't hold me up, and it bends the seat back, and I end up having to
Break the steering wheel.
the steering wheel's bent right now. It's like bent 2 inches
Yeah.
from trying to hang on to the damn thing.
I'm not a big fan of the stock Mustang steering wheels either. I would like to put a steering wheel in it. Probably leave that up to whoever wins it.
I feel comfortable now. Like, we don't want to give it away to somebody just and have trouble, you know what I mean? And it had a lot of problems when we first got it. Didn't drive very good, overheat, just. But now, like, I wouldn't mind jumping in this and going to a cruise night or something.
I'd like to race it a couple times before we give it away. Get a couple more dubs.
It's always there.
Yeah. That's a nice thing. You don't have to worry about the bottom pressure dropping or
Keeping it warm.
filling it.
This one's a trans brake.
Yep.
Holy shit!
It does boost a lot faster.
It does.
Notice that?
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing what fresh head gaskets will do.
Runs good.
Yeah.
I'm happy with it now.
It's definitely going to go in the mid fives or better.
Easy. I like it.
Hell yeah. It's going to run good.
It's gonna run real good. Now I'm happy. Like, I feel like you could trust it to go someplace.
Oh yeah.
You know, just drive it around.
It built boost way faster. That was crazy.
Yeah, it built boost in like 2 seconds.
Twice as fast as before. And it's got a little exhaust leak still. I gotta fix that. But it'll build boost even faster once I fix that.
Sweet.
Hell yeah. Well, I guess that's gonna close this video out, guys. Appreciate y'all watching. See you next time. Alright guys, it's giveaway time. We got this 1990 Mustang GT. It's got a 331 small block Ford, and it's got a big single turbo. Makes a lot of power, and it's gonna be a whole lot of fun for somebody this spring. You go to streetracingchannel.com. Every dollar you spend on the website is an entry. So if you buy a $28 shirt, get 28 entries. Don't miss out, guys. Contest ends soon. See y'all later.